Hello again.
Hello.
So, Mr. Schaffer, you actually launched a new, what is it again?
LINXC Bridge.
System.
Yes.
All right. So that's what we are going to talk about later on. But before starting, could you just explain to us what's LiFi as a technology?
So LiFi is a method of wireless communication using light instead of radio waves. So you've probably experienced difficulty in using Wi-Fi, or maybe difficulty in getting on the mobile network because it's very congested, lots of interference, lots of people trying to use bandwidth at the same time. The light spectrum is 3,000 times larger than the radio spectrum, and it's infinitely reusable, and it's all free and unlicensed. Mm-hmm. So we use light for a range of different use cases. So indoor networking ones, which would be similar to Wi-Fi, but with dedicated bandwidth, very low latency, so really good connection. And also for security and privacy applications, light doesn't pass through walls, so you someone can't sit outside your house and try to get onto your Wi-Fi network. So that's one set of applications. And then with LINXC Bridge, we bring a very specific application, which we can talk about.
What can LiFi address as bottlenecks when it comes to the infrastructure?
Okay, so that's on both sides as well. So there is the bottlenecks on the indoor part. So that would be access to good quality network. So, I mean, I'll give an example in my own experience. You know, flying here to attend to the show, tried to get on the Wi-Fi network at the airport, and, you know, it is terrible. It's so slow, and that's because everyone is on the Wi-Fi network. So I couldn't get on the Wi-Fi network. I tried to get on the 5G network, and same thing, you know, it's incredibly slow. And that plays out in your home, too. So if you want to do something like watch TV on your phone and someone else wants to maybe have a work video conference, then you're competing against each other for bandwidth, and LiFi gives you both your dedicated bandwidth, so you're not competing with each other.
All right. So, I've heard actually you announced the launch of the LINXC Bridge system.
Yes.
So could you tell us more about its key features, benefits?
So this is the LINXC Bridge right here. And LINXC is a different use case than what I was describing for indoor use. It could be used together with that, but it doesn't have to be used with that. So LINXC addresses a problem of fixed wireless access service inside of homes or other buildings. So I heard that fixed wireless access has just launched in Tunisia, which is very exciting, and that it's important for the network operators to get the maximum return on investment, maximum efficiency out of their networks. And when you try to send a 5G signal through walls and windows, it gets, you would say, attenuated. So the quality of the signal gets reduced really significantly. So that means if you're inside trying to use that signal, then you won't get as good quality of service. I mean, you'll experience this yourself with your phone. Mm-hmm. Go to the window, maybe you get a better signal. Go outside, you get a better signal. It's the same idea. So what we do is connect to a 5G modem. So this one is from one of our partners, Sonam, and capture 5G here, and then convert the 5G to light. It's invisible infrared light, so you can't see it. It works in the dark.
Yes.
And then on the inside, it's converted back from light into a local area network connection, which could be to a Wi-Fi router, could be anything with Ethernet. Also, the indoor unit is powering the outdoor unit wirelessly through the window. So this isn't only data, this is also power for 5G.
Okay, so if I get your point, it needs to, you need to have like two devices, an indoor device and an outdoor device.
Yes, and between them, they have a 1 gigabit per second LiFi link, and then also the indoor device powers the outdoor device and the modem that's attached to it.
All right.
So you don't have to find electricity outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
I also see that you collaborated with Solace Power
Yes.
on this solution. So could you tell us more actually about this collaboration?
Sure. So PureLiFi, we're based in Scotland, in Edinburgh, and we obviously do Li-Fi. So we handle the data part of it. Solace Power is our Canadian partner, and they specialize in wireless power. So we bring kind of the best capabilities of each company together to cooperate on the integrated project for LINXC Bridge. They're in Canada, we're in Scotland, but we work very closely together.
All right.
Yeah.
So how will actually the LINXC Bridge system impact the installation process for consumers?
Right. So today what would happen usually is you would get an indoor 5G modem. I haven't looked at what's being offered by the Tunisian operators, but they're probably indoor modems because that is the quicker and easier way to get started. But
Yes.
then you have all the problems of the 5G signal, and that has really big impact on the network operators as well. So for example, T-Mobile in the US says they have 1 million customers waiting for fixed wireless access, and they can't get it because they don't have capacity on the network. So what they would do to overcome that is put the modem outside, but then you still have to get the signal inside.
Yes.
And they would send some to your house to put a hole through your wall. That takes time for you, it's inconvenient. It's very expensive for the operator to send someone to your house to do that. So with LINXC, what happens instead is you will get a box that has the LINXC system and the modem in it, and you just stick it onto the window. It takes about 10 minutes, and that's all. So you can get up and running right away. It saves money for the operator, much more convenient for you. So this will be the next big application for Li-Fi, the LINXC Bridge, and it will be the first one that's very big volume. So in military, it's not many millions of things that you sell. Something like this, it could be many millions eventually. So that's the next big case. And then as we develop the technology further and it gets less expensive and it gets smaller and all that, then we'll move more to the consumer indoor use cases. So one of the things we have is what we call a light antenna, a little chip that's the size of a coin. And several of the big tech companies in the US on the West Coast are evaluating it. Some companies in China as well. Some of them have tried putting it in phones as a proof of concept. So we eventually expect it to be very widespread.
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you.